This is TWiT.
Now, did either of you get the SE? Is one of those watches an SE, Rene, or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
This one.
So tell us about the difference.
So the SE is sort of like a mishmash of the 4 and the 5. The way I like to think of it is it has a lot of the safety features. So it has fall detection. It has the emergency SOS function. It doesn't have all the medical stuff, though, or all the health stuff. So it doesn't have the ECG, and it doesn't have the new blood oxygen. And it doesn't have latest generation things like the always-on display. So it really is an iPhone 4 Plus sort of an idea, where you have the basic new design and then the latest sort of software amenities that go with that.
Okay. So it's not a case. This is why it's confusing. It's really a case of saving money on certain sensors. Then we're going to take out a chunk of related functionality. It's just kind of all over the place because those are more expensive.
Electric. Yeah. There's no electric heart reader, so there's no ECG. Those sort of things. It doesn't have the same kind of panel technology that lets it do the ultra low power 0 frame rate mode for always on display, that sort of thing.
And this is how they got it down to $279, is taking out some of the more expensive pieces. And yet I think still desirable both for anybody who wants to get an Apple Watch for less. It's still pricey. I mean, this is not an inconsequential purchase. And if you're going to use it for your kids, you're going to want to buy a cellular version, which costs more, and you'll have a although I think Verizon just dropped the cost of their cellular connection on the watch. Somebody was just telling me that. Yeah. I'll have to check what their new price is.
It doesn't do 5G, Leo, so why are they even bothering to sell it?
I think it was, $5 a month with an activation fee, but so it's not hugely expensive, but still it's something to think about. All right. Would you get it? I'm thinking for my mom, maybe it would be a good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for anybody who wants a watch but doesn't want to buy a phone for that person, that's why kids and others would be useful. Yeah.
But also, I love it for, if you have an elderly relative and you're worried about them falling or something happening or them getting lost, it's excellent because they don't need a phone anymore. If they don't want a phone, they don't have to have one, and you still get, you can still check in on them, you can still message them. If they fall down, it'll call for help. If they get lost, you'll be able to find where they are. So it has immense, again, not all the health features, but it has immense safety features.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah, that's something that occurred to me about the new band design too. Because it slips on your wrist, but there's no buckle, it means that it's less likely to drop off. And so it's not like being under house arrest. It's not like you have a tracking bracelet on. But if you're worried about, again, a kid or an elderly relative, and you want to know that you don't necessarily want them to have to remember to strap this thing on every single day and strap it off again. It's an interesting way to do it. Also, probably means if you're doing interesting, fun things on diving into water, you will not. Your watch will not show up in one of those YouTube videos where, hey, I'm a professional diver and I decided to go to this water park and hey, I found 18 Apple Watches, and they always have the exact same rubber snap bracelet on. So yeah.
I'll correct myself. Verizon's $10 a month. T-Mobile's $10 a month.
That's what mine is.
Yeah, I think it's $10 across the board. Why did I saw $5? I thought Verizon lowered it.
Maybe it's for new.
Maybe to get you in there. Yeah, for the first month's free, kid.
Yeah.
Come on in. Yeah, $10 is ridiculous. Because it just is ridiculous. You already have an account.
Especially when you don't. So I up until family setup, I would have told anybody, don't get the cellular plan. You just never use it. Because I've never used it. I mentioned that last time. I've never left my house without my Apple Watch. Without my iPhone. So it's really unnecessary to spend $10 a month on that. But now that there's family setup, there's a lot more of a reason. It would be, I don't know what the plans are going to be, but it would be really nice to see the cellular companies give a discount for multiple watches on a cellular plan. So maybe it's $10 for one, but it's only $15 for two or something like that.
There should be a family plan.